The invasion of Ukraine in 2022 marked a turning point for Russia's relationship with the West. The West responded swiftly with condemnation and sanctions. These sanctions, aimed at crippling the Russian economy, have had a profound impact. Russia found itself increasingly isolated on the world stage. Governments and organizations have denounced the invasion. Many have severed diplomatic ties or scaled back engagement. Sanctions have targeted key sectors of the Russian economy, including finance, energy, and defense. The invasion of Ukraine has left Russia more isolated than at any point since the Cold War. This isolation has come at a steep price. Russia now faces the daunting task of rebuilding its economy. It must also find its place in a world that has grown increasingly wary of its ambitions. The path ahead for Russia is uncertain. The consequences of its actions will continue to shape its destiny for years to come. In the face of Western isolation, Russia has increasingly turned towards non-Western powers. China and India, two rising giants with their own complex relationships with the West, have become key partners. This alliance is not solely a marriage of convenience, though necessity plays a role. It is rooted in shared interests and a common desire to challenge the existing world order. China, with its burgeoning economic might and global aspirations, sees in Russia a strategic counterweight to the West. The two countries share a long border and a history of cooperation. This relationship has deepened in recent years, encompassing trade, energy, and military collaboration. India, a rapidly growing economy and a major player in the Indo-Pacific region, also presents a valuable partnership for Russia. India continues to purchase Russian oil and gas, providing a crucial economic lifeline. The Russia-China-India triangle represents a formidable force in global politics. This alliance has the potential to reshape the global landscape. The relationship between Russia, China, and India is not without its complexities. While united by common interests, each country also harbors its own ambitions and concerns. Navigating these complexities requires a delicate balancing act. For Russia, the challenge lies in avoiding becoming overly reliant on China. While Beijing offers economic and political support, it also presents a potential challenge to Russia's influence. China's growing economic clout gives it leverage, and Russia must tread carefully to avoid becoming a junior partner. India, with its long-standing border disputes with China, is wary of Chinese dominance. India seeks to maintain its strategic autonomy. The success of this triangular relationship hinges on the ability of each country to manage their differences. The future of this partnership remains to be seen. Despite the crippling sanctions imposed by the West, Russia has displayed a surprising degree of economic resilience. Key to this resilience has been its energy sector, a lifeline that has helped to mitigate the impact of economic isolation. Russia is a major global energy player, with vast reserves of oil and natural gas. These resources are in high demand, particularly in Asia. While Western nations have sought to reduce their dependence on Russian energy, other countries have been quick to fill the void. China and India, hungry for energy to fuel their growing economies, have increased their purchases of Russian oil and gas at discounted prices. This has provided a crucial source of revenue for the Kremlin. Russia's energy sector has not been immune to the impact of sanctions. However, it has proven to be more resilient than many anticipated. The energy sector has become a crucial battleground in the confrontation between Russia and the West. While Russia's leadership projects an image of strength and defiance on the world stage, cracks are beginning to appear in the facade. Domestically, the country grapples with mounting challenges. These include economic strain, political opposition, and a growing sense of unease among some segments of the population. The sanctions, while not crippling the Russian economy, have taken a toll. Ordinary Russians face rising inflation, shrinking purchasing power, and a decline in living standards. This has fueled discontent. The Kremlin has responded with a mix of repression and propaganda. It seeks to silence dissent and maintain control. Despite the risks, pockets of protest and opposition persist. The Kremlin faces the challenge of maintaining stability amidst growing economic hardship and political dissent. Russia's future on the global stage remains shrouded in uncertainty. The invasion of Ukraine has fundamentally altered its relationship with the West. It has pushed the country further into the arms of non-Western powers like China and India. This has created a new geopolitical landscape. Russia's ability to navigate this new landscape will depend on a multitude of factors. These include its success in weathering economic sanctions, its ability to manage its complex relationships with China and India, and its capacity to address internal pressures and dissent. The stakes are high. A weakened and isolated Russia poses risks for the world. The outcome will shape the destiny of nations for generations to come. Russia's current trajectory has profound implications for the long-term global order. The world is witnessing a seismic shift in geopolitical power. This shift is away from a unipolar system dominated by the West towards a more multipolar world. In this new world, Russia, along with China and other rising powers, will play an increasingly influential role. The implications of this shift are far-reaching. They will impact everything from global trade and economics to international security and diplomacy. The rules of the game are being rewritten. The West is no longer the sole arbiter of global affairs. The choices made by Russia and other key players in the coming years will determine the course of events. The world is watching closely.